Hey everyone, it's Friday, March the 5th. Boy, March is moving along fast. Um, it's nice and sunny out there today, but I'm hearing the wind howl. Not much to update you on today, but it's mostly all about vaccines. Currently, as most of you should know, next week opens up vaccinations for a whole bunch of people. It's called Phase 1B, and it includes folks that have a comorbidity. And there's a lot of options in that list: hypertension, diabetes, obesity. There's a lot in that, along with folks that are working in environments that include things like school teachers, grocery stores, retail employees, folks that are in a business or industry where they have a lot of contact with people in the public. It's a big group. So we are going to be busy, busy, busy around vaccines. Uh, Already, we've done 6,000 vaccines, and in our schedule, that I think we've gotten down to a routine basis, we have 10 clinics scheduled a week. They are still in those five major locations, being McCall, Chesterfield, Latta, as long as it doesn't flood, Hartsville, and Bishopville. Those are buildings that are big enough to really let the big, massive vaccination events go on. There are still some smaller things that are taking place in some of our other centers, like Sherrall and Bennettsville, but uh, are really small places like Lakeview and Dillon and some of those, Bennettsville Women's Center and also Bennettsville Pediatric Office. We've really backed off on even having vaccine shipments going to those locations because it just doesn't make sense. We're really beginning to learn better how to manage the flow of all of these complicated vaccine shipments and who all needs to be reporting, and things have really ramped up on that. DHEC has actually given us a contract to be able to help pay for getting some of these vaccinations done. But as with anything, if you get the money, there's strings attached to it, and part of those strings attached to it is a lot of reporting. And we've really had to figure out how we can best do that consistently and accurately. And we're getting our arms around it, but there are some changes. So in terms of vaccination, it's really ramping up. We are actually testing this week, hopefully, if mechanical things work out, providing some vaccinations on our Mobies. And we're going to see how that works out because, the whole plan with those Mobies was not only just to use them for testing, but to also be able to use them and go out with vaccinations in these small, hard to reach rural pockets. So we're going to see how that works out. Uh, we're still going to be doing testing though. In the world of COVID, you all should also have received an update on the procedure around quarantine. I gave you a heads up on that last week, and it officially went out, I believe, around Monday or Tuesday, I think. And that is that if you have been fully immunized, and that means if you've received your second shot, your second dose of the vaccine, and it is 2 weeks since that has happened, but it is before 3 months have run out, then if you get exposed to someone that has COVID and making sure that you don't have any symptoms, then you don't have to quarantine. So that's been pretty good news for those of us who are vaccinated. But remember my mantra: don't wait, vaccinate. You've seen most of us that have gotten the vaccine. It hadn't been that bad. So I really, really, really encourage those of you who have been thinking about getting the vaccine but have been holding off. Go ahead, don't wait, vaccinate. Uh, that is really mostly everything that I have to update you on. It was a busy week, but it was busy around learning about how to accurately report and manage our vaccinations and some changes that we had to make that we really had to scramble around doing. I know that spring break is coming up. I want to remind everyone to be very, very cautious. You know, you've all probably been hearing or on the news or wherever about these COVID variants. They're calling them the Russian, the South African variant, and the Great Britain variant. And remember that we don't know an awful lot about these variants. What we do know is that they are more communicable, they spread easier. And we're frankly concerned about it. We're concerned that with spring break coming up, that folks naturally may be wanting to travel, and they may be wanting to travel in areas where these new variants, the South African variant and the Great Britain variant, may be more prevalent. We are seeing the spread of these variants into the PD, into South Carolina, and into the PD. And we are frankly dreading what impact this is going to have. So I just want to urge everyone. We've had a couple of good weeks here lately. You've been seeing the news about the caseload is dropping, and the numbers of those with positive outcomes are dropping. But just when we think we can get relax a little bit, then around comes these variants. So we still have to be cautious. Even those of us who are immunized, we still have to be very cautious. So, and I particularly want to remind everyone around this as we look forward to spring breaks. We all need the break, but we must do so with caution and remember and remind ourselves around masking and social distancing and being sure that we are safe and we all can come back after the spring breaks happen and the Easter holidays are over with. Happy, uh, a little bit of relief, but also healthy. So, everyone, have a very good weekend. Stay safe. We'll be seeing everyone on Monday. Bye bye.